This is part 3 of the Sakura necklace, adding the beads. Okay, so a couple tips and tricks when we're adding beads. Get out your bead. I have one here. My pearl, 6mm pearl. I'm going to take my 1.75 crochet hook, and I am going to make sure that it fits through the hole. It does not. It does not go through the hole. Oh, it just did, but not easily. Actually, once I did that. So I'm gonna try another crochet hook, 1.5. And I'm gonna see if that fits through the hole. That does fit through the hole. Okay, the next thing I need to check is to make sure the eye of the needle goes through this hole. So I'm just gonna take the eye of the needle and I'm just gonna poke it through and see if it goes through. It does. So we're good to go with that. So simple as that. What we wanna do that before we start adding the beads. So our next ring, our ring 5, is going to start with a 3 double stitch. And this is what I call a crochet bead join. This is where we need our crochet hook. We're gonna place our bead onto our crochet hook. We're gonna take that big, huge picot there. We're gonna hook it with our crochet hook, and we're gonna slide the bead right over the picot. We should have a little bit of slack, that we have a little teeny loop. Okay, here we go. We're in a good position. So we hook the thread and we pull the thread through the loop and then put the loop on the needle. And then we continue as normal with our ring. So 3 and in this pattern I do not count that join as a stitch. Sometimes people do. You just have to, just depends on the person and their design. And then again, remember that we need a large picot here. To be able to fit the bead on it. Oh. There we go. That's probably too big, but it'll work still. You'll be amazed. Okay. Might be a little bit big. I could take it out if I wanted to. I choose not to. You could if you wanted to. My chain. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, so then we flip, reverse work, flip, tie a knot. There you go. We're gonna join that bead again, because this is ring 6. So you start with a 3, and we're gonna join our bead. All right. I'm gonna grab a bead, sliding my bead onto the crochet hook, hooking my picot, my large picot, sliding it onto the picot. See, it is big. Again, you know, you can choose to, could have taken it out once we were doing the ring, or just leave it. The choice is yours. So we're gonna pull a loop through that loop, that extra loop there, that picot, put it on the needle. And finish our ring with 3 picot, 3, 3, 6, 9, and then a large picot. Okay. So that picot might be a little small. But you can see the difference there. And you can adjust it to your liking. It looks nice with the pearls, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, we have 2 more rings to do like this. So we had 4, and then 5, 6 with the adding the beads. So we have 2 more. 2 more that we do like this. I have just finished my 8th ring, and I want you to notice that on my 8th ring, I just made a regular join picot. I did not put a bead on it. So for your ring 8, you're just gonna do a regular ring with no bead on the 3rd picot. At this point, we are ready to join the pendant and the supporting rings, which are right here. So I'm going to flip my work and work the next chain. So our chain is going to be chain 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so let's do this. So this is another way to add beads, where the beads would be on the ball thread, added on the ball thread before the project begins. And then it's just you're just sliding the beads. So this chain is 4 double stitches. And then we slide the one supporting bead. So this is what I call it in the book, is supporting bead. Slide the supporting bead, slide the pendant, and slide the other supporting bead. We're gonna make a picot. So basically how I think of this is we're just making a space. It technically is a picot, but I'm just making space for those beads. So I don't want it to be super tight. So my next double stitch, I'm just gonna bring it up gently. See how I did that? And then I'm gonna hold it with my pointer so it doesn't move. And then I'm gonna do the other half. And now it's secure. See, so it's not super tight, but I don't want it to be. I want it to be able to flow and move. And then I'm gonna finish it with 3 more double stitches. And that's it. So then we close it. Close the chain, and the core thread is actually going through the chain to make it stronger. So you actually have doubled thread underneath those double stitches. There. And there it is. And then we would work as usual. So because like I keep saying, the pendant is heavy, just be gentle, careful with it. Don't be flinging it around. So I'm tying my knot. And there you have joined your pendant and your supporting rings. And do you see how, because we added the pendant on the wrong side, that now it's on the correct side, it's on the right side. That's why we did that in the beginning. Okay, so then we would make our number 9 ring, join it to this one. In this necklace, there's actually 2 different ways to join beads. And there's our ring.